So you guys are going to be able to see that as well. But before that, I want to just kind of give you guys a preview as to what we can see at 2025 Auto Shanghai at the GWM exhibition. So you see right here with this international conference, we're going to be hearing about a lot of exciting things from GWM, their strategy going forward, some of their newest models that are making their debut, the stuff that's coming in those models, the design, the technology. We're also going to be seeing big events for GWM that are coming up as well. And we are going to be hearing from automobile industry experts as well, getting some of their insights onto what we are seeing currently in the industry and what we will be seeing going forward. So, like I said, we're in the off-road pavilion of GWM right now. This thing is super cool. You see right behind me, you actually have an off-road track, a test drive track right here in the exhibition. Vehicles drive up this thing. You see you have like a 50-degree ramp right here, super steep, going up and down this thing. You could test the off-road capabilities of some of these vehicles here, the Tank 300, Tank 400, you know, the pickup truck models that they have here. You can see how they perform right here at the auto show in their exhibition. So right now I want to start kind of walking with you guys. In a second we're going to be looking at the dual pavilions. So going forward here, right now we're in the off-road pavilion. We also have the tech pavilion. So like in the tech pavilion, I've got quite a few things I can show you guys. We're going to be looking at the Coffee OS operating system, the Coffee AI large model. We got robotic arms. We've got what they call the smart cockpit, Pilot Ultra driving system. And then here in this off-road pavilion, you also see that you have a lot of modified vehicles. So these are like actual users that have come and really tricked out their vehicle to their own personal preference, their own customization. So that's something really cool to see at the off-road pavilion. Now, one of the first things I want to show you guys is this thing over here. We have the engine. We have, if we can go over there, we have this V8 engine that we're working with. So this is the 4.0T V8 engine. That's a 4.0 liter turbocharged engine. There's so many people here. I mean, it's getting more and more crowded as I speak. It's like hard for us to get through here. But right here, this engine, this is a beautiful engine. So, you know, right now in the automotive industry, you have a lot of brands that are naturally moving towards electrification, that are moving more towards hybrid models. GWM as well, but what I love about GWM and how they do their vehicles is that at the same time, they've never taken their eye off that pursuit of power. So you see we have this V8 engine right here, looks powerful, looks bold. You notice that it kind of adopted the traditional V structure, that 90-degree structure. You know, that's like a lot of engines that we've seen traditionally, but there's a reason for it. That helps with the self-balancing of the engine. That helps these pistons in here move in a symmetrical fashion. It's going to make the vehicle run more smoothly. It's also going to reduce the vibration within the engine. So I like really how you see in the V structure, we have two turbochargers right here on the top. You also have the water-cooled intercoolers right here, all connected together. It's a very neat, very compact design, but at the same time, even though it's compact, it has good ability for heat dissipation. So it keeps nice and cool at the same time. And another interesting thing about this is it has this connecting pipe design. So what this does is it ensures that the combustion fluctuations of the left and right side are in step, are remaining balanced. So this also keeps the left and right pistons moving in a symmetrical fashion, keeping in rhythm with one another. That's going to be important for the stability and the reliability of the power output on your engine. So that's kind of our V8 engine right here. This is the 4.0T V8 engine. This thing, very awesome. So that's kind of like the powerhouse, kind of the soul of the vehicle. But next, I want to take you guys over to view the smart cockpit. We go over to see the smart cockpit. All right. So that's kind of like, you know, the powerhouse of the vehicle, the core of the vehicle. You have that engine. But with a lot of GWM vehicles, you're seeing a lot of very intelligent, very ergonomic features, stuff that, you know, when you're driving your vehicle, you want that convenience, you want that, you know, just comfort of using a vehicle that really responds to you, that really listens to you. So that's kind of what we're going to be seeing at the Smart Cockpit. All right, so we have just left the off-road pavilion. Now we are entering what they call the technology pavilion. So like I was saying, this is where you're going to see a lot of the very user-friendly, ergonomic, very advanced technologies that are being used in these vehicles. As you can see, it's kind of tough to get through here. There's people everywhere. What's up? So it's kind of a maze to get through this place. I mean, it's absolutely massive, the GWM exhibition. So right here, we actually have, sorry about that, we actually have a concept vehicle. This thing's pretty crazy, right? But here is where I want to talk to you guys about the Smart Cockpit. So Smart Cockpit, steady control for the future is what they have written right there. So one of the interesting things I want to talk to you guys about this Smart Cockpit is the HUD feature. So that is the heads-up display. Now this is something that kind of started off in the aerospace industry. Planes, rockets, stuff like that, they used the HUD. But now more and more it's being used in passenger vehicles, you know, vehicles that we can actually drive, and in a lot of GWM vehicles. So this heads-up display, it takes things from your vehicle dashboard, like your speedometer, even your navigation, and it projects it right up onto your windshield. So when you're driving your vehicle, you never have to take your eyes off of the road in front of you. It's all displayed right there. So you're not looking up and down and up and down, and maybe it's not a big deal for a short drive, but if you're driving for hours at a time, that's going to waste a lot of your mental energy and create fatigue. So you save that energy, it's all in one place. That is going to be important for an optimally safe driving experience. And now another one of these things, that's the HUD. Another one of the things that we're seeing in the Smart Cockpit is the Coffee OS, is the Coffee operating system. This thing's really cool. They got the 2.0, they got the 3.0. So a lot of these GWM vehicles, they have multiple screens. They're all interconnected with this operating system, the Coffee. And you have lots of apps, lots of different features you can use, and I've tested it out before. In my opinion, it's like you have your own personal desktop within the vehicle. The amount of stuff that this thing can do is amazing. Also, you take like 3 fingers. If you got something on this screen, you want to throw it over to your passenger so they can see it. You take the 3 fingers, you swipe it over, and they can watch it as well. So very cool. Let's head over to the next one. All right, so next I want to also show you guys the 3D wind tunnel, so we'll go over there. I'll talk to you about the rest of the Smart Cockpit. We're kind of short on time because we do have the international conference going up, so I'm trying to show you guys as much as possible. So another thing in that Smart Cockpit is you have the, I think it's called the DMS, the driver monitoring system, a bunch of sensors able to sense the driver's body temperature, pulse, even the emotions in your voice. So for example, if DMS detects that the driver, the way he's talking sounds a little tired, it can drop the temperature on the AC, cool it down, turn on the massage feature on the seats as well, kind of to perk up the driver and respond in real time to the driver's condition, bodily condition, you know, emotional condition. So that to me is just so sci-fi-like, that the vehicle is able to monitor you like that in real time and respond without you saying a word, without you saying anything to your condition. So right here, this is, I believe, in a moment around where we're going to be having the international conference. So you can see people are really starting to line up here. It's really kind of getting crowded. Let's see how we're doing on time. All right, 9:55. I've still got 15 minutes left with you guys. Let's see what all we can see with our 15 minutes. So over here, we're going to be looking at a 3D model of the wind tunnel they use. So before we even get there, you know, let's make the best use of our time. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this wind tunnel. So they are testing vehicles at wind speeds of 155 kilometers per hour. That is very strong winds. And now what they've done is they are improving the aerodynamic function of this vehicle, dropping that drag coefficient to the lowest amount possible. So currently they have gotten the drag coefficient down to 0.29. And let me tell you, for them to just drop it by 0.01, just by 0.01 is a ton of work. They have to do multiple tests, all sorts of calculations, but that commitment to tweaking the vehicle nonstop to make it as efficient as possible. Because you know, better aerodynamics, you're going to have better speed, better acceleration, and for the average driver, that's also going to mean, more importantly, better fuel economy. So you're going to be saving on fuel. So for example, if we're talking about a purely electric vehicle, so maybe your vehicle doesn't burn fuel, doesn't burn gasoline, purely electric. Just the improvement in this aerodynamic of the vehicle is going to, oh, we're talking here, is going to make it to where your battery life is going to extend by 5%. You're going to be able to go 5% further with the same battery, and wind noise also going to be reduced. We are going to have a 4 decibel drop in wind noise. So better comfort, better fuel economy. This vehicle is going to take you further. They've also tested this vehicle in rain conditions, snow conditions as well. So they test it in extreme conditions to make sure that this vehicle performs in any scenario you might run into. So where we're at right now is the high floor architecture. So the goal of this high floor architecture that they're using in GWM vehicles now is to make new energy vehicles more feasible and more usable for a whole variety of users. So that's going to mean that our vehicle is safer, more eco-friendly. It's going to be more comfortable to ride in, and it's going to be stronger, better power, better performance. So the way that this high floor architecture works is that it has a dual motor structure. So at the front axle, that's the front axle up there, we have what they call a flat wire oiled cooled motor. So that's going to improve your power density by 30%. And now in the rear as well, we have a differential lock. So the differential lock is going to be very important for the vehicle when it is in off-road conditions. If you're driving and you're on an unlevel surface, it's a little bumpy, you know, maybe a lot of potholes and stuff like that, one tire pops up, and it starts spinning out, that differential lock comes in, locks in that wheel, make sure that the torque is getting, and the torque and the power is getting to the tire with the most traction and the one that can actually perform. So that's going to be very important when you are in an unstable driving condition and off-road conditions as well. And now, another interesting thing about this high floor architecture is that it also makes it to where switching to four-wheel drive is insanely fast. So you can switch from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive in a matter of 0.1 seconds. So literally a tenth of a second, you are going from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. I mean, that is insane speed. So when we're talking about this high floor, it's also, like I was saying, a big deal for fuel economy. So with this high floor architecture, GWM vehicles are using 18% less fuel than their traditional fuel counterparts. So 18% compounded over years and years of driving these GWM vehicles, that is going to save you a lot on fuel costs. And it's, you know, from a bigger point of view, it's also just environmentally friendly. It's good on your conscience as well. So GWM, developing this high floor, they have used 3 years' time. They have been working on this thing, tweaking it, optimizing it for 3 years, and it really just shows that commitment to bringing the best product, the non-stop optimization improvement. You know, they might already have some great vehicles, but they want to keep taking it up another notch and another notch until it is really the best vehicle. It really provides the best value for the users. So right here, we are coming up on, we don't have the, so right here we have the wind tunnel that I was talking about earlier, but I don't think we need to talk about the wind tunnel because I kind of already talked to you guys about that. But so over here you have the wind tunnel, like I was saying, tested it in 155 kilometer per hour winds. We're seeing a drop in the drag coefficient, and there were another couple other things. So like I was saying, the snow and rain test that they're also using in their laboratory here makes it to where they're testing these vehicles in extreme scenarios. So ice, snow, rain, they're making sure that GWM vehicles can perform under a variety of conditions. Because when you're driving your vehicle, especially if you're off-roading, going on long trips, you don't know what conditions you are going to be running into. You could really bump into a whole host of things. So after that, I want to also show you guys this body over here. Let's go look at the body of the vehicle. So, because I talked to you guys about the wind tunnel 3D model coming over here, we're going to talk about the body design that is being used in a lot of GWM vehicles. Now, for GWM, safety is really the bottom line. If you don't have safety, if your vehicle is not a safe vehicle, then you can add all sorts of tech and all sorts of features. It doesn't matter because your vehicle is not safe. You're in danger just driving it. and it's not going to give you that peace of mind to really enjoy your vehicle. But what we're looking at with the GWM body of their vehicles is, you see here we have several different colors going on. And I'll tell you guys what these colors mean. These are different types and strengths of steel. So really solid steel being used in this. For example, you see that yellow part right there, that is 1,500 megapascal hot expansion formed beams. So those are the beams that are running through the vehicle. The megapascals I'm talking about here is, it kind of represents the strength of the steel, the amount of pressure and impact that this steel can take on. So 1,500 megapascals on that yellow one. Blue right here, this is cold rolled high strength steel. Dark blue, we have ultra high strength steel, and then the purple right here, this is 1,500 megapascals of hot formed high strength steel plates. So really strong steel on all these colors right here, but the strongest one, mind you, is this red one right here. So this is one of the strongest ones. So this is 2,000 megapascal hot formed ultra strong steel plates. 2,000 megapascals. That is extremely strong steel. This is the kind of stuff that is typically used in submarine manufacturing. Think about it. Really deep underwater, all that water pressure coming in around the submarine. This thing has to use the strongest of the strong when it comes to steel. But more and more, this red steel right here, this 2,000 megapascal ultra high strength steel, GWM is using it in their vehicles. This is the strongest caliber of steel that is currently being used in civilian use vehicles. So this is the strongest. And I ran you through all the different colors, this red being the strongest. This whole vehicle body is over 80% high strength steel. So right there they have the exact number, 81.96% high strength steel being used in the body of this vehicle. So that's really kind of that body of your vehicle. Oh, thank goodness, some water. Thank you. So that high strength body, that's your first line of defense. If your vehicle is, in the unfortunate event of impact, of collision, that high strength steel is your first line of defense. Another safety feature they put on here is the airbag curtains. So these airbag curtains, super long, 3.38 meters long. They cover the front row, the middle row, and the back row. These are the things that deploy around your windows. There's side airbag curtains. These things, once they inflate, they have a maximum volume of 110 liters. So ultra long, ultra large in terms of volume capacity, and once these things deploy, they stay deployed and stay inflated, maximum inflation, for over at least 6 seconds. Now that is the safety standard, because once your airbags deploy, you also need them to stay inflated for a certain amount of time to ensure that you have sufficient duration, and protection against these impacts. So the airbag curtains, very long, 3.38 meters, 110 liters, and they stay inflated for 6 seconds. This covers the whole vehicle from front row to back row on the sides. So, when we're talking about safety, you have the ultra high strength steel plates. You also have these airbag curtains. It's GWM's way of making sure that both the driver and the passengers have maximum protection in the unfortunate event of any adverse scenario. So when it comes to safety, they really keep their eye on that, and they really make it the priority. Like I said, GWM says safety is their bottom line. So far I've kind of showed you guys a lot of different things. We've looked at the intelligent features of some of these vehicles. We've looked at like the smart cockpit. We've looked at kind of the powertrain, the powerhouse of this vehicle, like the things that like the V8 engine, the high floor architecture we have right here. We also looked at the body of the vehicle, this thing, super strong strength. And, in a little bit, we're gonna also be taking you guys to look more in depth at both the tech pavilion and at the off-road pavilion, because there's really a lot of good stuff to see. I can only show you guys so much in 25 minutes. So we're going to dive more in depth later this afternoon. So I'm talking to you guys on the 23rd of April. This afternoon, we're going to be talking with experts as well. So we're going to be sitting down with people who are experts on the powertrain, are experts on the technology being used in this vehicle. They're going to be giving us an in-depth explanation. So also on the 24th, because like I said, at the off-road pavilion, you have modified vehicles. So these are GWM vehicles that people have gone and modded themselves. They put all sorts of cool features on it, really tricked it out to their own personal taste. So that is on the 24th. Also on the 26th of April, we're going to have an off-road test drive stream. So we're going to be seeing how these vehicles, GWM vehicles, because a lot of them are off-road vehicles, the Tank 300, 400, 500. You also have the PAL as well, the pickup truck. These things perform pretty awesome in my opinion in off-road conditions. I've ridden in them as well. So we're going to see on the 26th, we're going to have a live stream for that. Also, I encourage you guys, if you just so happen to be around Shanghai or be in China, come check out the auto show yourself. This stuff, you know, what you can see here, lots of different brands, lots of cool stuff. So there is a lot to see, especially at the GWM Pavilion. It's really cool because there's a lot of interactive components as well. You can get your hands on it. You can sit in the vehicles. You can test out how the features work. So very cool. So right here behind us, what we're looking more at the High 4 architecture. So you have the High 4Z, you also have the High 4G. These are two different types that are being used in different GWM vehicles. And like I said, you can see much better right here now that we've walked over here. I think it's a little better display than that one, is you have the dual motor design. So you have, like I was telling you, what do they call this? The flat-wire, oil-cooled motor in the front. You have the motor in the back as well. Differential locks, all that. It's really going to be important for off-road driving, but not just off-road driving with this High 4 tech. This thing is going to make sure that any type of user is going to find it a very versatile and very feasible vehicle. You know, whether it be off-road adventures, but you know, you're not going on outdoor adventures every day. So it might also be just your day-to-day vehicle, just getting you to and from work as well. This is also going to be a vehicle that provides comfort and an eco-friendly a fuel economical experience as well. So typically, you know, they talk about the triangle of vehicles. You have performance, you have efficiency, and you have comfort. It's hard to get all three, but what GWM is doing with this High 4 that they've developed is they're trying to hit performance, hit comfort, and fuel efficiency all at the same time. Make sure that you get all of the benefits of a strong, solid, all-around versatile vehicle when you're driving it. So in just a second now, I believe we're going to be starting our conference in just a little bit. So like I said, this conference coming up at 10:20, we are going to be looking at the newest strategies of GWM, the newest models, the newest things coming out, the debut, advanced technologies, stuff like that. Also GWM events that are coming up. There's a lot of fun events that they plan. I've been to quite a few of them. I've been up in the snowy mountains of Changbai Mountain. I've been around at what they call the Wolf's Tooth Mountain, so we're going to be hearing about the event as well. Also, we're going to be seeing all sorts of expert opinions, industry experts, their insights on the automobile industry, what they think of what's going on right now, because you know, automobile industry is an extremely dynamic, extremely disruptive industry, you could even say at the moment. Lots of new players coming in. Who's the best? You know, who has the best competitive advantage? It's something that is constantly changing. So right here, like I was saying, this is where we started off with the High 4 architecture. Now in just a little bit, I'm going to be switching you guys over to watch the GWM International Conference. That is coming up in just 10 minutes. Like I said, there is a lot of interesting things to hear in that. You're going to be seeing a lot of the newest models debuting, the features they have. Me personally, I've driven the Tank 300, the Tank 400, the Tank 500. I've ridden in the PAL. This was all at the beginning of this year and last year as well. So me personally, I am very excited to see what they are going to be bringing to the table in the new year. What is the newest stuff? What are the newest features we're seeing on it? Because we're talking about the raw performance and power of the vehicle, and we're also talking about a lot of the ergonomic and very user-friendly features that we're seeing in the vehicle as well. So it's really kind of both aspects of that. And of course, we're seeing the safety as well, because we want to make sure that our drivers, you know, whether you're using it for fun or you're using it just for daily driving and day-to-day needs, you want to be safe no matter what you're doing. So, right, so 1020, that is our GWM Group and International Conference that is coming up. So I'm going to switch you guys over to that. That kind of wraps it up here. I could only give you guys so much detail in 25 minutes, but we'll be back in the afternoon and we will have an in-depth exploration of this pavilion. So, see you guys after the conference.
Watching you, keeping you close.
I had it all figured out, knew which road I would go down, thought I could do it all on my own. Then you came
各位
around.
同学，党儿去外婆家，
When fate has its way and things fall into
我们
place,
要给外婆一个大大的
all
惊
the
喜。
plans you made don't make sense anymore. Honey, I am sure love was a good detour. When fate has its way and things fall into place, all the plans you made don't make sense anymore. Honey, I am sure that your love is a good detour.
You stole the light from the stars above, brought it here tonight. I'm mesmerized, terrified, but I've never felt more alive. And I'm falling, falling for you.
freeing, fearless, and hand in hand through the endless tides of time. I'm drawn to style, but even more to you in the light of love.
让每次出行都无比畅行。从丈量土地到征服天地，我们从不为越野而越野，我们探索人类的边界，以混动技术创造越野新的可能，让征服的渴望永远炽热，让世界越野记住中国长城。从东方的基因里长出新世界的脊梁，让技术扎根，让价值共生。我们相信，世界的未来不是征服，而是共赢。长城汽车以科技承载文明，以越野丈量世界，以格局定义未来。科技长城，越野长城，世界长城。
请长城汽车总裁穆峰先生 ，Please welcome Mr. 穆峰 ，President of Great Wall Motor. Welcome.
Distinguished partners from across the world, friends from the media, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Mu Feng from GWM. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today's launch event. Today we have a full house in Auto Shanghai. As I walked through the exhibition this morning, it is clear that many manufacturers are channeling their energy into three major directions: diversified power strengths, AI integration in vehicles, and scenario-driven user experiences. It is no longer just about having the most advanced technologies. What matters now is how well the entire supply chain ecosystem works together and evolves as one. I believe this change will evolve into a new focus of competition in the global automotive industry and also a new direction for China's automobile industry to grow from large to stronger. During this process, we are determined to transform Great Wall to global GWM. This is the goal set by GWM for 2030 and also the direction of all GWM employees striving for. To this end, we need to make a lot of preparations in the following three major aspects. First, at product level, an innovation strategy on technological vision should be implemented. Second, at the level of comprehensive competitiveness, grand strategy for ecosystem development should be put in practice. Third, to better serve global users, we are deepening global supply chain integration strategy. First, I would like to share with you about GWM's innovation strategy on technological vision. In 2025, we elevated our global development to a higher dimension, which means that the technology we provide to global users will be more extremely wonderful and more adaptable to local conditions. The logic is simple, but it can be difficult to deliver, especially in the field of power. The global market users' needs are very different, so how to do with it? Our answer is the pan-internal combustion engine strategy. In other words, both fuel and electricity are used. GWM does not choose between fuel and electricity. Instead, based on the diversified use and scenarios in global market, GWM makes the internal combustion engine cooperated with e-drive system, makes each model better meeting local demands. Let's see market share. Globally in 2024, the penetration rates of ICE, HEV, and BEV were 67%, 18%, and 15% respectively. Although the NEV's market is growing rapidly, I would like to say that due to factors such as extreme environment and range anxiety, BEV are more suitable for small urban commuting. In more scenarios, HEVs are the better choices. ICE and BEV never tired when worked together. For users, it meets the main car needs in all scenarios. Generally, the internal combustion engine can meet long-distance travel needs, while the e-drive system is responsible for short-distance commuting. Especially in low-temperature environments, the internal combustion engine can prioritize heating the battery pack to enhance battery power performance and endurance. In high-altitude areas, the electric motor can compensate for power loss of the internal combustion engine. So with the flex drive system characteristics, HEV have the advantages such as high efficiency, energy saving, worry-free range, and high cost effectiveness. So to the whole society, it can reduce the carbon emission in the process of manufacturing and driving. Since less traction battery used across the entire chain, from raw material mining, production, vehicle manufacturing, user driver, the carbon emissions reduced by more than 15%. In the using process, due to the internal combustion engine intervention time, is reduced by 50 to 70% and operates in the high efficiency zone mostly. Compared to ICE in the same level, carbon emissions will be reduced by about 20%. It can be considered that oil-electric synergy is the optimal power solution to meet the overall global market demand. This is what GWM understanding and why we implement PAN internal combustion engine strategy. Dear friends, to effectively combine the internal combustion engine and the electric drive system and achieve optimum functional performance, the requirements to manufacturers are also very high. Whether the PAN combustion engine strategy can be successfully implemented will test our overall technical R&D strengths. By deeply integrating the core technologies of high-efficiency engines, transmissions, electric drives, we have created diversified hybrid products such as Hi4, Hi4 Performance Edition, Hi4Z, Hi4T, Hi4G, forming a complete hybrid ecology from passenger cars to commercial vehicles, and truly realizing the differentiated layout of each technological path around the needs of the scene. First, let's take a look at Hi4Z, GWM's world first new energy four-wheel drive hybrid system. The intention for developing Hi4 electric hybrid four-wheel drive system was to provide consumers with higher safety and driving pleasure without increasing cost and weight. Many solutions we have tried failed to achieve a perfect balance between safety, driving pleasure, and cost saving. So we think beyond the powertrain and look at the vehicle as a whole. We integrated the two motors on the front axle to reduce the weight on the front engine compartment. At the same time, we placed another motor on the rear axle to balance the axle load ratio and achieve four-wheel drive. In this way, the front of the car loses weight and the rear of the car gains muscle. To achieve the following three purposes: first, front and behind weight balance, more stable and safer handling. Second, two-wheel drive becomes four-wheel drive, more powerful, better handling. And third, the front and rear are more balanced. The energy consumption is greatly reduced. Thanks to this mindset, we developed the Hi4 system. It is applicable to the compact city SUVs such as Haval new SUV equipped with 1.5 liters 1.T hybrid engine and two-speed hybrid transmission, and realizes four-wheel drive function through the layout of P2 plus P4 dual models. So compared with the competitor's three-motor solution, Hi4 system lowers the price of four-wheel drive models to the 100,000 level market, realizing two-wheel drive price and four-wheel drive performance. HiFo hybrid four-wheel drive system is standard on all HiFo new energy models. Let's take a look at HiFo Performance Edition. It is suitable for medium-sized and medium-large SUVs and MPVs such as W80. Equipped with 1.5T hybrid engine and a 4-speed hybrid transmission, combined power can increase to 350 kilowatts, 0 to 100. Acceleration is 4.9 seconds, and the fuel consumption of the medium-sized SUV feeder is reduced to 6.6 liters. All Way products will be equipped with HiFo hybrid four-wheel drive system. And third one, let's talk about HiFo Z. When I talk about HiFo Z alone, you may not remember it very well, but if I say tank 500 red tail version, can you think about that? That's right, HiFo Z is suitable for all kinds of off-road vehicles. Drawing on the design principle of Du Jiangyan, we use the power shunt technology to reconstruct the powertrain, bringing together off-road vehicle performance, the power of the sports car, the efficiency of sedan, the silky smoothness of EV, all into one vehicle, which can be said another breakthrough of GWM in off-road and new energy fusion technology, the optimum solution for pan-off-road technology. Next, HiFo T. It is a non-decoupled mechanical four-wheel drive system for strong off-road model with a frame with a 2.0T, 3.0T engine and a 9-hat hybrid transmission. It retains traditional off-road features such as the drive shaft splitter, center differential lock, and balances fuel cost with off-road performance. It is the best solution for ultimate off-road hybrid architecture. And next, I would like to share with you, all my friends, the HiFo G. It is an electric hybrid system customized for long-distance truck logistics. And it is a hybrid power system jointly created by GWM and the majority of our truckers. The comprehensive output is as high as 1050 HP, but the fuel consumption is only 29.7 liters, which is the standard working condition. And the first heavy-duty truck in the whole industry, which is lower than 30 liters. In the words of our cool creation truckers, the fuel consumption is really low, and the truckers are really saving cost. From daily urban commuting to outdoor off-road adventures to commercial transportation, the powerful HiFo system is able to maximize the satisfaction of more user needs. It can be said that HiFo technology is the best four-wheel drive hybrid technology. But internal combustion engines and e-drives are not mutually exclusive, but they are symbiotic in the process of technological integration. A short video clip for all of you. We have a cluster of HiFo family, HiFo Z, HiFo T, and HiFo G. HiFo is the optimum solution for city commuting as an SUV. HiFo G is a heavy truck structure. It reduces energy consumption and is eco-friendly. Today, we're also on exhibit the latest version of our engine products, 4.T V8 engine, which is a masterpiece after 3-point TV engine. It is also a powerful tool for GWM to compete in the global ultra-luxury car market. Please pay attention to this engine. Next, I would like to introduce you the GWM's grand strategy for ecosystem development. We are fully aware that to become a global recognized and trusted brand, possessing one or two core technologies is far from sufficient. Therefore, we have established a comprehensive in-house R&D system centered on vehicle development, extending across key areas such as intelligence and new energy. This has enabled us to build a distinctive forest ecosystem technology framework. We have implemented full industry chain layouts in areas including intelligent driving, smart cockpits. At the same time, we are developing a diversified energy ecosystem that integrates solar, battery, hydrogen vehicle. GWM is proud to be the first automotive company in the world to complete a full value chain layout encompassing solar energy, battery technology, hydrogen energy, and a vehicle power system. Let me begin by sharing GWM's strategy. Since 2011, GWM has been steadily advancing the intelligent vehicle. After 14 years of development, our capabilities have firmly placed us in the industry's top layer. In 2014, we launched the industry's first RAG-based knowledge architecture platform. This allows every vehicle across our 5 major passenger car brands to be subject to the same stringent quality control standards, ensuring user safety under all kinds of extreme conditions. Up to now, GWM's vehicle have accumulated over 130 million kilometers in assisted driving mileage. Our parking assistance system has been used for over 6 million times, and our automatic emergency braking system has helped prevent more than 32,000 potential accidents. At this moment, we'd like to reiterate a fundamental principle. When talks to intelligent driving assistance system, the entire industry must prioritize safety above all. At GWM, we are committed to the philosophy of life first, life above all, in the development of driver assistance technologies. This is not a new thought for us. It is a guiding principle that has been consistently upheld by Chairman Wei and all Great Wall engineers. Now let's take a look at this video clip. Smart drive is based on safetyness. So we have showcased that we prioritize safetyness. We do not take our customers as a test subject. Smart drive must be based on safetyness so that we can achieve a symbiotic drive between human and smartness. We should respect safetyness. When spreading the idea of smart driving, we do not mislead our consumers to blindly follow smart drive, which may pose great security to us. When everybody is talking about smart drive, it seems that you are alert to this. We have been advocating a symbiotic drive between human and the machine because we do not overemphasize so-called smart drive. Today, GWM would like to reiterate that the standard for safety can always be higher. There is no such thing as just enough. Only to move forward constantly. This is our attitude. In the realm of intelligent cockpit, GWM has leveraged years of deep R&D to launch the 5 Excellence Coffee OS 3, an intelligent cockpit that is beautiful, intuitive, engaging, and smart. We have continued to innovate a full apart and self-developed intelligent advancement, ecological openness. This is the industry's first tiered AI architecture integrating both edge and cloud computing. We have also introduced a range of advanced models on the vehicle side, including SEE end-to-end foundation model, a large-scale voice model, multi-modal perception model, and a powerful large language model capable of reasoning and inference. Now let me present our comprehensive layout in energy sector. We have built a full value chain, full industry layout spanning not only power batteries but also photovoltaic and hydrogen energy system. In power batteries, GWM has remained at the forefront with safety as our top priority. On April the 17th, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology released the most stringent national standards in battery safety, making no fire, no explosion under thermal runaway a mandatory requirement. I am very proud to share that the SWOT Energy, a subsidiary of GM, is one of the key drafting parties of this new national standard. SWOT batteries can maintain insulation without failure for 30 minutes under temperature of 1000 degrees Celsius and withstand 1200 degrees Celsius flame impact without entering thermal runaway, meeting the new standards. In 2021, we proposed the vision of building an integrated hydrogen energy ecosystem covering production, storage, transportation, refueling, and utilization. Today, that vision has been successfully realized. GWM is the only domestic vehicle company that has completed the whole industry chain. Our subsidiary, GCL Perovskite, is dedicated to advancing perovskite solar technology and holds a global leading R&D capability. Dear friends, let us enjoy this video clip about the global chain. In this era of globalization, we firmly believe that deep understanding and integration into local market is the key to success. We've established a presence in over 170 countries and regions across Europe, the Middle East, Latin America, Asia Pacific, and Africa. We're building a full value chain from local research, planning to R&D, production, and calibration to perfectly meet regional demands. The future of automotive competition won't be between individual automakers, but between supply chains and even different national industrial systems. With this understanding, GWM are strategically integrating the world's best resources in our supply chain. We collaborate with over 300 global suppliers, including top names like Bosch and Continental. We are also prioritizing vertical integration with over 70% of core components developed in-house, like engines, transmissions, and power batteries. But we're not stopping here. We're pushing boundaries in high-tech partnerships. Our self-developed large model coffee agent has been successfully adapted with DeepSeek. We've also formed strategic alliances with leaders like Unitree Robotics. We're bringing all these premium resources to our global users because our global strategy is ecosystem-driven globalization, exporting our R&D, production, supply, sales, and service networks. In ASEAN, we're the first Chinese automaker to achieve full-scale localization, including factories, productions, and ecosystem integration. In Latin America, we deliver to users in Mexico, Brazil, and beyond those cutting-edge and tech-driven vehicles. In the Middle East, with 27 years of experience, we cover Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain. Since 2009, we entered Australia and New Zealand, and our channel coverage exceeds over 80%, with sales consistently in the top 10. Moving forward, we will deepen collaboration with all local markets and the partners, building a shared ecosystem to bring even better products to global consumers and serve global consumers well. Wherever we are, technology defines lasting competitiveness, but there's no one principle we will never compromise on. Insist on insist in principle building cars integrity. To deliver high-quality vehicles, we built China's most comprehensive vehicle R&D and testing system. And safetyness is the overriding philosophy in the system. Next, let's take a look at this clip from CCTV News, filmed last week. A countdown from 5 to 1. The test starts. That's fast. Oh my God. The vehicle is safe. In the clip, we can see the safety lab is the biggest in Asia, spanning 39,000 square kilometers. 30% bigger than this 7.1 exhibition hall. It has 8 crash tracks simulating 9,000 road emergencies. Our 4,000 FPS high-speed camera capture every millisecond of impact. And we have invested 500 million yuan in testing the safetyness. We have been an advocate of overinvestment philosophy. In the past 3 years, we have invested over 10 billion RMB yuan. And also, we have established a world first-tier safety test lab. It is equipped with safetyness and other testing capabilities. Also, we have established over 100 comprehensive test labs and extreme weather test fields. We believe that the ultimate competition of auto industry is not about technologies. It's about every bolt on the production line and every crash test that proves our commitment. This is our promise to our users and to the world. My dear friends, as I wrap up today's presentation, let me share with you our One GWM strategy. This February, we celebrated rolling out of the 15 millionth vehicle. Please join me in a warm round of applause to all the partners and friends from the media present in today's press conference. We can say that we together are celebrating the development of the global Chinese auto market in the global market and build a bridge of communication between China and the world. Thank you so much. This year marks a new chapter of our One GWM brand strategy. Through ecosystem-driven globalization and localized operations, we are putting down roots in every market we enter, bringing China's pioneering warm tech innovations and off-road DNA to the world. Our vision is to create a mobility lifestyle that embodies tech with more love, world with more life. This July, we will celebrate our 35th birthday. We warmly invite users from across the world to join us. Through our daily progress philosophy and relentless pursuit of core technologies and quality, we have grown into a benchmark for independent innovation within China's automotive industry and have become a leader among Chinese automakers, expanding overseas. Many of you know, internationally as GWM. And today, we are bringing that identity back home to China. It is my honor to unveil our new logo. Let us enjoy this video of new logo. In China, we've given our iconic beacon tower logo a GWM foundation, symbolizing how GWM and Great Wall Motor will jointly guard our heritage like the sentinels on the Great Wall. What does GWM stand for? It originates from our brand name, Great Wall Motor, and also represent the brand ethos of go with more, which means keep moving forward. The essence of one GWM is simple. We want everyone globally to understand that GWM stands for Great Wall Motor. What we aim to convey is that wherever you see GWM, that is our home. And in every home, we deliver the same quality, same service, and same commitment. Moving forward, we'll work hand in hand with global partners to advance car culture and enhance mobility lifestyles. May one GWM roots locally illuminate the globe. That concludes my speech. I'd like to extend my welcome to all of you to visit GWM's booth. We have prepared special gifts to all of you and delicious coffee for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mu. This is the end of the International Press Conference of Great Wall Motor.
Wonder is all in your eyes. Care is all in my hands. Beauty is your faith. And dream is what I embrace. Free, fearless, and hand in hand through the endless tides of time. I'm drawn to style, but even more to you in the light of love. I prefer bold vitality over fancy looks, daring and unstoppable.
How you doing? Yeah. I'm doing a whole lot of broadcasting today. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this guy running in our frame right here. All right, so we're back, guys. That was the International Conference. But after listening to all that, hope you guys had a good time. I brought you back here with me, and just in our exhibition right here, I've noticed quite a few people from all different countries. I think they're with different media outlets. They're checking out the GWM exhibition, so we're going to walk up to them, see what they're up to, and see what they think about the exhibition so far. So let's go check it out. So I see we got one fella over here by the body that I was telling you guys about earlier, the GWM vehicle. So right over here. Hey, excuse me.
Hi.
Where are you from?
I'm from South Africa.
South Africa. Your name?
I'm Chad.
Chad.
An auto trader.
An auto trader?
Yes.
All right, nice to meet you. So what do you think so far at the GWM exhibition?
So far, I'm actually quite blown away. It's overwhelming the amount of technology and innovation that we're seeing here at Shanghai 25.
Right. Any certain types of technology in specific or innovation that really has kind of left an impression on you?
I think overall it's the approach to new energy.
Yeah.
So that fully encompassing approach of solar, hydrogen, NEV, hybrid, and not forgetting about ICE powertrains, which is fantastic. In South Africa, we're still very set on internal combustion and only starting to really embrace hybrid technology. So to hear that GWM is working on all fronts is absolutely fantastic.
Do you think that this movement to new energy vehicles is important in the South African market?
Absolutely, absolutely. Not only from a socially responsible sort of approach, but also from just cost savings. economics, affordability,
fuel economy.
Fuel economy. Yeah, fuel economy is probably one of the biggest things. I think everybody the world over is feeling how we have to tighten the belts and watch what we spend.
Yeah.
New energy, hybrid drivetrains, definitely the way forward, I think, in all markets.
Right, right. So in South Africa in particular, is there a certain model from GWM that you think is the most popular or relatively popular, or that you have seen a lot of?
At the moment, it's the likes of, in South Africa, it's Jolion H6. But we're seeing a strong adoption of the larger brands.
Yeah.
So things like 500, P Series, which is the poor pickup here, light commercial vehicles.
Yeah.
They are on the increase in astronomical amounts, exponential growth.
Right.
And I think that is very exciting. And as the GWM brand evolves and morphs and grows and builds its presence in South Africa and its reputation, of course, people are more inclined to spend on the slightly more luxurious options.
Yeah.
So I'm quite keen to see which way GWM goes in terms of their luxury offerings.
Okay. So I know GWM does a lot of off-road vehicles. How would you say that some of their off-road series performs in an environment like South Africa? Because South Africa has a lot of different terrain, right?
Very much so, and we're a very outdoorsy nation. Our consumers gravitate towards double cab pickups, light commercial vehicles, and they want a 4x4 drivetrain that can take them out into the bush, out onto the dunes, and a variety of terrains, as you said. And I think the high 4 system with the hybridization is just expanding horizons. It's just allowing them to really benefit from all that technology in a new way that we haven't encountered before with traditional petrol and diesel powertrains. Things like the High 4T, which is dedicated for a ladder chassis execution, is actually brilliant. And I'm quite keen to see what they do with that going forward, because the additional articulation of a ladder chassis is very appealing to South Africans, but now to mix in hybridization and electrification into that, I think that's a game changer.
That's a very interesting mix. So this is something you, before in the South African market, has not really been seen.
No, we haven't seen it at all. We've seen 1 or 2 mild hybrids in the form of 48 volt, but that's not a true series parallel execution where you can actually properly leverage that electrified approach to the powertrain.
So you think the High 4 is kind of a game changer in that aspect?
Very much so. Very much so. Like I say, we gravitate towards double cabs, pickups, light commercial vehicles, and having the option of a hybrid drivetrain, I think it just makes it so much more appealing.
Yeah. So going forward, this is kind of some of the stuff we've seen so far. Going forward, do you have anything that you hope to see from GWM in the South African market? Getting excited.
Yes, getting excited. I'm keen on more of the H series vehicles, and I'd like to see them with the 4-wheel drive drivetrain, the High 4 drivetrain system, hybridized, the larger vehicles, Tank 500s, P500 iterations and the likes. Definitely gravitating towards those. There's a healthy appetite for that. So I'm quite keen to see how it blends into the South African automotive landscape.
Right, so have you yourself gotten the chance yet to try out driving any of these vehicles?
I have. Last year I got a brief glimpse at some of the vehicles. 1 or 2 of them have launched locally, but we've got brand new iterations that are making their way through, and I'm really excited about those. Over the coming days here at Shanghai Auto, we're going to get the opportunity to get up close and personal with them, touch, feel, possibly even drive them, and I am looking forward to that. They haven't told us exactly what just yet, but whatever they've got on hand, I think is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, keeping it a surprise. So how long will you be here for? How many days?
We're going to be here for pretty much the week. We're going to be until the end of the week. We'll probably depart this coming weekend. Just touched down yesterday, and of course, fantastic as always. It's that one highlight in the year. April is always just consumed with the China Auto Show, whether it's Beijing or Shanghai, and it's always surrounded by so much excitement.
It is. There's so many people here. It's very exciting. The atmosphere is awesome.
It's beautiful, and everybody is putting their best foot forward. They've got all their best products on display, the best technology, and then you walk around and you get to see some of the inner workings, things that you aren't necessarily privy to. You know, in the day-to-day or on a dealership floor, and seeing the inner workings really just, well, that's something special.
It's like a sneak peek. It's a good opportunity.
It is. It's a
and
fantastic
you've got a week to get a real in-depth look.
I can go around and I can inspect everything thoroughly.
That's awesome. All right, well, nice to meet you, Chad.
Lovely.
It's
Thank
great
you, Jack.
talking. I'm
Great
going to
chatting
keep
to you.
running around and see who I can run into.
Enjoy. Everything of the best.
You have fun, man. Okay, so that was Chad from South Africa, and we got quite a bit of people here. We're going to kind of move this way. I think in a moment I see that we have, this guy definitely looks like he's from the Middle East. He's got like the full attire on. I think I actually might know this guy. He looks like a guy that in January I was with at a GWM event for an ice and snow winter off-roading kind of extravaganza event. I saw you at Changbai Mountain, yeah?
How are you?
Khaled, yeah?
Yes.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Good. You know, I'm having an amazing time.
Yeah.
The show is so big. The stand of GWM is amazing.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
So anything that's really impressed you so far or blown you away? Or
I heard the rumor yesterday, but I saw it today.
Yeah.
They're launching the V8, the 4.0 liter twin turbo.
I was looking at that as well.
Cannot wait to really hear the roaring of those engines.
Yeah, we were looking at it earlier. It just looks beautiful, just to look at like a masterpiece. But yeah, it'd be cool to hear it, audio-wise as well.
That's crazy. Everyone is going away from the V8, and they're bringing back the V8. That's amazing.
What do you think that kind of says about GWM? Because a lot of people are going towards electrification and hybrids, and GWM as well, but at the same time, they're also doing engines like the V8.
Yeah, there is market for every car.
Yeah.
Everyone's going for sustainability, which GWM is doing great with all this, and bringing a lot of power. But also, they don't forget about the people who really enjoy the V8s as well.
Yeah.
So you know what? They think of everyone.
So, what country are you from in the Middle East?
Qatar.
Qatar? Okay,
Yes.
so in Qatar, what would you say is one of the most popular GWM models, or what are you seeing frequently there?
Well, one of the cars that really hit the market very quickly, and they took a good market share, is the Tank 500.
Tank 500.
Yeah, they did well at the sales, but now everyone's looking for the Tank 700.
Yeah.
And the rumor that the Tank 700 in GCC, they will have the V8s. So that everyone would love to own one of those cars.
So in Qatar, it's really the bigger SUVs and the more luxurious ones that are kind of taking more of a market share.
They took a great market share. We love 4x4s. We have a lot of dunes. We have dune bashing. It's for fun, but we want a reliable car that you can do dune bashing, cam, and also for daily use. And GWM did an amazing job with the rides, with the Haval, for example, the H9, which we have also.
Yeah.
But the Tank 500 did well, and everyone's looking forward also for the High 4Z.
Yeah.
You know what? It did very well at Liwa a show, and we tried it even in the snow. So
I heard about Liwa. It's probably a lot of fun.
Amazing.
So you've had the opportunity to drive a lot of different GWM vehicles in the desert, from Qatar where you're from, Liwa in the UAE, right?
And on the snow as well.
Yeah, and the snow. We were both at Changbai Mountain. So how did it perform?
It's honestly, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I never thought it would perform this way.
Yeah.
Never thought.
Right.
So well done, actually, and I cannot wait to see the G, like I said, the V8.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a game changer for sure.
Well, shoot, I'm sure I'll be seeing you at the next event too.
For sure.
We're going to be seeing a lot more of each other. Huh?
Go with more.
Go with more. Go with friends. Alrighty, so that was Khaled from Qatar.
Okay.
All right. He's going to go off and keep walking around. We're going to do the same. So we've got a couple other people from different countries that we are looking for here. I spy another guy over there that we can talk to. So we'll see where he is from. We'll talk to him about what he has thought about the exhibition so far.
Hi mate, how are you?
Jack.
I'm Paul from Australia.
Oh,
nice
from Australia.
to meet you. Yes.
Nice to meet you too. How are you enjoying the exhibition so far?
Yeah, it's really good. I find this technology really fascinating.
Yeah, the High 4, yeah?
Yeah, the High 4. We've just seen the coffee intelligence stuff as well, so new infotainment system.
Right.
It's pretty exciting, I reckon, yeah.
Right, so you're from Australia. What kind of model are we seeing more commonly in Australia from GWM? What's like the more popular models?
Look, Australians love off-road driving, and Tank 300 diesel is massively popular, and I'm excited to see this in action. People want to go off-road, they want efficiency, so I think a blend of plug-in hybrid technology